by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 613. I'm going to start off with drawing out one card from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to look at your current situation. Then I'm going to look deeper into it by drawing out an index card from these index cards. And then I'm going to finish it off with drawing out a slip of paper from this baggie here, which are just little fortunes that I held on to from fortune cookies. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and before I get into this reading, remember that this is a general reading. It could be meant for more than one person, so if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay, just let it go because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you, either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. One moment. So, with clearing my throat there, your throat chakra could be significant communication, expressing yourself honestly, authentically. I also saw the number 44 on the timer, as well as the number 111. These are the energies of stability and trusting yourself. That could be emotional stability or material stability, whether it's, has to do with money, your home life, relationships. It feels like there is an unstable situation that you're being called to trust yourself with, maybe in terms of handling it or just acknowledging it, whatever makes sense for you. Interpreting the number 613, this number brings the energies of unconditional love, trusting yourself, and communication. It's interesting because we already had the throat chakra with communication coming through. Number 3 can represent communication, healing, growth, expanding, etc. But more specifically, it's definitely about communication since that already came through. Trusting yourself is also coming through strongly as well with the number 1. So the number 13 itself, I just saw 303, which I kind of see it as 33. In general, the number 3 feels like it could be significant, but the number 13 is a sign of good luck or good fortune, blessings, however you want to call it or view it. Let me think. The number 13 also comes down to the number 4. Remember, we already saw 44. So again, confirming here that there is an unstable situation where communication is necessary, and I feel like communication is really going to help improve things because there's going to be a lot more clarity and ultimately a lot more trust, whether it's for yourself, between you and another, or just someone else trusting you more. There's an opportunity to heal something, it feels like. And it's interesting because the number 6 and 613 kind of stands alone as unconditional love. So I do think that forgiveness might be necessary, or patience, understanding, etc. For your first card, I have the 10 of Cups in reverse that says bad relationships, what is wrong, lack of communication, and that's all I'm getting from it, the reversed image anyway. So this unstable situation, this is a long-term thing that you are emotionally invested in, someone or something that you are passionate about. The most obvious is it could be a relationship that lacks communication, but it could also be a relationship that you have with something else. And it involves confusion somehow. The number 10 on this 10 of Cups is a reminder that the universe and your spirit guides are there to support you. They might be guiding you to communicate, to create more stability or a more lasting commitment. This 10 of Cups is honestly, it's very confirming for me. So I don't really feel much else coming through with it, I think. It's definitely showing me, like I've already said, something long-term that you're passionate about, that you're very invested in, that's unstable, that could use a little more communication. When you look at this card upright, it says success, love, and on the cups, happy, and I think the goal here is to turn this upright, which actually, it does say love, and I did talk about unconditional love. And I really think that being patient and understanding with yourself or another person or both, or something that isn't a person that you're investing in, will lead to success and happiness. And a cycle feels like it's coming to an end, or it has the potential to come to an end, based on whether there's communication or not. If you feel called to initiate communication or to offer clarity, maybe this is your confirmation. But the index card says, I really hope I'm right about us. So for most people watching this, this is definitely about a relationship. Maybe you are hoping that you're right about what you feel about this situation, or the other person involved hopes that, or you both could be hoping for that. Maybe it's helpful to know that this person has more hope for a future with you, whether it's romantic or not, just being in your life. I feel like they want to resolve things. And maybe for somebody watching this, you don't feel called to communicate. Just follow your intuition. If you feel called to communicate, to offer more clarity, if you feel like it's your place to do that, if you feel like it's your turn, if that resonates for somebody, then do it. But if you don't, if you feel like you're meant to be more passive, then be more passive. Give me 1 second. I really had to clear my throat there. And that's why I paused the video, because that would have been annoying. So it feels like someone here is really struggling to communicate. And maybe that could somehow help you understand who is supposed to be initiating communication. If you feel like it's easier for you, I was going to say, if you feel like it's easier for you, maybe go for it, but this could also be a situation where you're meant to allow this person to initiate communication, to be more assertive, and to basically let them spread their wings, is the best way that I can say it. Is there anything else that I can get here? This feels largely about a romantic situation. really irritated with having to clear my throat. Maybe you're feeling irritated about initiating communication, or it's the other way around, and that could help you better understand as well who is supposed to initiate communication. And if you genuinely don't know, maybe it's best to play it safe. Or just follow your intuition. I'm not here to tell you what decisions to make. I'm just trying to offer more clarity, more direction. Let's go ahead and get this fortune cookie paper or whatever. That's very interesting. So this says, you are respected for being straightforward and honest. Okay, so that could be a huge signifier to whoever is watching this. That confirms that you are meant to initiate communication. Or not, like I said, follow your intuition. I did just see 222, so that is confirming here that this is about a relationship for somebody, whoever needed that confirmation. How do I say this? You or the other person are feeling called to bring balance into this situation through being more straightforward and more honest about what's going on beneath the surface. And the reason why I said it was interesting for this card to come out, or this slip of paper, was because before I started recording and I was trying to figure out what spread or whatever I wanted to do, and I was setting these cards down just to make sure I knew how I wanted to do it, this was the slip of paper that came out. So whoever's watching this, whether you feel called to initiate communication or conversation or not, I really genuinely feel like this person appreciates the clarity that you bring. I think they appreciate your, just how do I put this? Unapologetically clear you are, whether it's to show your more loving, affectionate side, your frustration, your sadness. I really just feel like this person appreciates that you don't leave them in the dark, even though they might tend to leave you in the dark. And that's why I say trust your intuition when it comes to if you should initiate communication or not. I feel like even if you don't initiate communication with this person will still find you, because like I said, they're more hopeful than you think, even if it feels like so much time has passed and you're wondering how could they still even care. Especially if, you really resonate with them kind of leaving you in the dark. I just saw 444. We did see that 44, and then the 4 with the 13, 444. I do think ultimately there will be more balance in this situation, and it's just a matter of when and who communicates. What is communicated. So appreciate and embrace your strength of being honest. I personally, I don't know, I've always been a very, very honest person myself, and it can be hard to not resent that about myself. But you deserve, like this card says, to be respected for how clear you are. I just want to say it again, this person really, really appreciates when you're very honest. So even if you're not initiating conversation, just keep doing you, keep being yourself. And I just saw 555. I've been seeing that number a lot lately, and it's been the message of embrace change. I do think that there will be change in this situation that creates more stability. It really just feels like the focus here for this reading is knowing when to communicate, knowing if you should be passive or more assertive. Maybe a good way to gauge this is if you've been mostly passive in this situation, you could be being called to be assertive, or if you feel like you have been mostly assertive in this situation, now is time to be more passive. The idea of balance, exactly. Actually, I think that could be a really, really good way to gauge if you should be the one communicating. So if you have been the one always communicating, don't. Wait for them to come to you. And if you haven't, don't be afraid to reach out. Okay? So I think that's going to be the end of your reading. I really, really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far and connected with me. It really means a lot to me, and it always makes a difference one way or another. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.